Coach, your first chance to officially address the trade now that it is official. What is your assessment of the value that you guys got in return here?
Well, obviously we're excited to have these two guys come in, and actually three guys went. We like Jared a lot also, and he's been injured and probably needs a little time to get healthy. But I think what Robert and Dario have done, and the fact that they've started on a good team, I think that's important. I think they'll add a lot to our team.
Tom, Anthony said this morning that he thought that maybe some of the issues were starting to weigh on the team, especially out in the West Coast as the losses were piling up. Did you get that sense at all that it had reached that point? Or?
Well, I mean, when you look at the games, we started off and we've had a tough schedule to start the season. And so the Golden State game, we played very well until midway through the fourth quarter. And then we had a tough game up in Portland where we were very shorthanded. And then we had a back-to-back against the Clippers. I thought we played well in that game. We played well in the Laker game. And we started the Sacramento game really well, and we didn't finish it. And so, we can say whatever we want. We fell short. And, the fact is we've been a good home team. We haven't been good on the road. But we have to get it turned around.
And how do you think the process played out just in terms of finding the right deal for Jimmy, the timing of it and all that, in terms of working with other teams? How do you think
it was fine, and we knew it was going to be, we had to be patient. And we felt we had, a few offers that were good. So once we got the offers to the point where we felt good about what the offers were, we thought this was the best one for us, and so we executed it.
So why was now the right time to pull the trigger, Tom?
I just told you.
What was the main thing you were looking for in the deals? I mean, just in terms of kind of the mix of players you were trying to get.
Yeah, we wanted quality players. I think that was important for us. When you look at to get two starters off a team that won 52 games, and they're both young, and they're going to get better, and both are very good defensively. And they both shoot the three, so we think they fit well with the guys that we do have. And so once we got to that point where we felt we were getting multiple rotational players, then we felt it would be time to execute the deal. And so when we initially started off, that wasn't the case.
Can this team ultimately become maybe even better without Butler and the chemistry of this team?
Well, we have to focus on who's here. And so we think we have a good young nucleus, and we have to build off of that. And obviously the West is very challenging, and we saw it on the trip. You have to play for 48 minutes, and you have to play well. The wins are hard to come by.
Tom, you've been taking a lot of the criticism over the past 2 months for the way this has been handled. But I'm curious, getting this sort of haul in this trade, is there any sense of personal vindication there?
No, and I said this from the beginning. You always have to put the organization first, and so you set the parameters of what you're looking for, and we knew exactly what we were looking for. And once we felt we got to that point where the offers met some of the things that we were looking for, then we decided, okay, now it's time.
It sounds like you were prioritizing having players that were going to come in and contribute now for you over maybe a deal that involved picks over maybe a couple years. Is that accurate?
No, not really. And again, it was what was best for the organization. And obviously getting good players was a priority. But the pick part is important, and we felt we got a good pick from Philly. But it was, what does it mean for the team? So if you get two rotational players, that's good. And then if you can get a pick, that allows you to do more things. And so I think that's all part of it. And you're always trying to think about what the possibilities could be.
Did you talk to Jimmy after the deal went down, and kind of what did you say to him?
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever you trade a player, it's not easy, So, it's something that he wanted, and we told him from the beginning that we weren't going to take a bad deal, and so. And unfortunately, I think sometimes, the season started and we had to wait a little while. And so once it got to the point where we felt we got a good deal, then we executed it.
Tom, you've known Jimmy for a long time, and you've had a relationship with him for a while. When you look back now, is there any disappointment on how this kind of went down? And then also, how would you characterize your relationship as now that you kind of parted?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward. I've known Jimmy a long time. He made his request. So every time you make a decision, you gather information, you make your decision based on what you think is best for the team. And obviously, we felt when we had the opportunity to get him that we wanted to take advantage of that. It's rare when you have an opportunity to get a top 10 player. We knew there was risk involved with it. And so, and we saw the impact that he had last year. So that was important. And then we went to the next step. So once Jimmy made the request and we knew we had to do what was best for the organization, we waited, and then when we got a deal that we liked, we executed it.
Tom, how do you see these new guys kind of fitting, especially Dario and Robert? You said they were starters on a playoff team last year. Do they slide right into starting spots? Have you given thoughts on how that fits?
I don't know that yet. I know they'll play. I want to see them, see how it fits with both our starters and the bench guys. They'll have significant roles. I can tell you that.
Two more questions. You talked about A, receiving Jimmy's request, and B, making sure that you got the right deal for you. I'm just curious, the team that you're playing tonight, obviously that was one of 3 teams that was part of the initial request. How much did you take that into consideration? In other words, he wants to go to team A, B, or C. Was that even part of your consideration?
Yeah, and in that part, I don't think was true. Jimmy never made that request about specific teams. And so what we did was once he made the request, we got a lot of calls from all over the league, which is normal. And then you have to sift through, the teams that are serious, and then also what fits you. So, almost every team in the league made a call regarding Jimmy. And so once we got through the initial phase, we knew we had to be patient until the offers improved.
Who do you got playing tonight?
Wig and Jeff are they went through shoot around, so they'll warm up, and if they're fine after the warm up, they'll play. And they practiced yesterday, and so they were fine this morning. So we're hopeful they'll be ready to go tonight.
Will Carl be expected to lead score at all, or with Jimmy out, is there somebody to fill in that void? Would you ask him to do that?
Well, you want a team of leaders. I think the best leadership you have is everyone doing the right thing. So, I think your best players set the tone for that. But leadership oftentimes comes from people that you wouldn't think, and it comes in different forms. But the most important thing there is doing the right thing.